So I want to ask you guys, why do you think it's so complicated? Meaning, Muslims pray there. Nobody's telling them they can't pray. If Jews were praying somewhere outside up there, Muslims would be praying there, Jews would be praying there, Christians would be praying there. Why do you think it's so complicated to find a solution for sharing the Temple Mount?
Because they think that no, they shouldn't share it.
They should share it. Why don't they? Why do you think it's so complicated? Why doesn't Israel just come in and say, no, it's a Jewish country? Temple Mount is obviously is a Jewish place also. You can pray there, but so can we.
Clearly they're causing problems, so why would we share it? Why wouldn't we just have this place for each separate?
Why don't we?
We just do it with Temple Mount.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
We can just have a place for everyone, like the walls.
Separate. They want separate places, they said, because they can't coexist. So it's easier. Why don't we just have separate places for everyone?
Okay, why? Why can't we just say, okay, you Jews, the Temple Mount is a very large area. Why can't we say, okay, the Jews will just go over there in that corner, or Christians will go over there, and the Muslims have their mosques, and everybody can pray peacefully in their own space? Why do you think it's so complicated? Why do you think we don't have that solution?
We just think it belongs.
Well, no matter what, there's always going to be a problem.
I think we should just let them have someone and we can have something else.
Okay, that's definitely one opinion. If they want it, we could have something else. But the other side of that is that for over 2,000 years, when Jews have been praying to go back to Israel, and Jews have been praying to reestablish their community, their people in Israel, it's really been all about the Temple Mount, or the holiest places that are the most important historically, religiously, in every respect to Jews. So there are many people who feel that, no, that is the heart of who we are, that we're nothing without the Temple Mount. But okay, one solution could be just to not care. But that doesn't really answer the question of why you guys think it's so complicated. You came up with some good solutions. We could share the spaces. Why doesn't that happen?
Because they don't want to share it. They think it's only for them.
Okay. One answer for sure is it is clear that the Muslim Waqf has no interest in sharing. And there's a lot of complicated reasons for that. One is
Middle East. What else do they need?
What?
They own the rest of the Middle East. What else do they need?
Yeah, they don't know. You know what?
According to their religion, it's a very big issue and a very big deal that Jews or Christians or lesser people religiously than Muslims would have control of what they consider to be Islamic lands. And there's religious connotations to that as well as political connotations. But okay, so in this case, Israel is dealing with an other, meaning Israel walks that balance of having to work with the Muslim Waqf as well as the larger Islamic community that would be up in arms. That I don't know if you guys followed the news a few months ago over the summer when there was a terror attack on the Temple Mount, when 2 Israeli policemen were murdered by terrorists who were able to hide guns in the mosques there and then come in and murder people. And Israel put metal detectors, not on the Temple Mounts, but on the gates, on the entrance to the Temple Mount. And there's an entrance, the main entrance, that only Muslims are allowed to go in. Jews and Christians aren't allowed to go in that entrance. And they put metal detectors there. And there were riots all over the Muslim world, including in Jerusalem, because people were so angry that the Israeli police or the Israeli government would try and control what happened in any way on the Temple Mount. So Israel has to deal with the rest of the world and a lot of political pressures when trying to figure out a solution for the Temple Mount. And for now, for today, Jews can go up, Christians can go up and visit, but they don't have the right to pray. We have a whole nother issue of prayer. Some of you guys said before the wall being the most important part, the Western Wall where Jews come to pray. So, Lexi, you were in Israel. Do you remember going to the Kotel?
Yeah.
Okay, what did it look like to you when you went to the Kotel?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Do you not remember that at the Kotel, there's a big mechitza or divider, and there's a men's section where only men can go and pray, and there's a women's section.
I remember that, but I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
You have to respect the rules.
I'm winding up my headphones. Calm down.
Okay, that's wonderful. And I'm going to ask you guys to look at some information, because there are people, Israeli Jews as well as Jews in the rest of the world, who do not pray in an Orthodox synagogue and would like to be able to go to the Kotel, which is such an important place for Jews around the world, and would like to be able to pray there. So I want you guys, well, we're actually not going to have time to get into that tonight. We're going to pick up with this next week. We're going to look at the whole issue of what does prayer look like at the Kotel. And this is a place that Israel doesn't have to worry about the rest of the world or the Muslim world. This is, again, an internal Jewish argument about what prayer looks like at the Kotel. And we're going to pick up with that for now. We're going to end class. I see that we are running out of time. We're going to pick up with that next week and look at what does it mean to be in a Jewish country in terms of Jewish prayer. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being with me today. And I will see you next week.
Thank you.